In this video class, we can discuss about argument of a complex number and the polar form of the complex number. Now, every complex number, for example, z is equals to x plus iy. Here, this one we can plot on the coordinate plane as a point. Here, real part we can take as x coordinate. For example, here p. Real part I am taking x coordinate and imaginary part, y is the imaginary part, that one we are taking y coordinate. X comma y, here the point P represents the complex number z. So here the x axis we say real axis and y axis we say imaginary axis only. Now join these two. OP, I am joining this one. Here OP, that is equal to modulus of the complex number. In the previous video class, I explained everything. What is the modulus of a complex number? PB any point, it represents any one of the complex number. Then OP, that is the modulus of the complex number. Here that is equal to root of x square plus y square. This one I am representing with R. Here R is equal to root of x square plus y square. R is the modulus of z only. R is equal to modulus of z, that is equal to root of x square plus y square. And every here take any point, any complex number is given, plot that point on the coordinate plane and join from the origin. And here OP makes an angle, some angle theta with the positive direction of x axis. Here theta we say argument. Any complex number we can plot as a point in the coordinate plane by taking real x coordinate as a real part and y coordinate as an imaginary part and join OP. Here OP makes some angle with the positive direction of x axis. That theta we say argument of the complex number. Here any complex number is given, how to find the argument of the complex number? Here some conditions are there, it depends upon the quadrant also. Here both the coordinates are positive. First quadrant, first we can find acute angle alpha is equal to, for the simplest easiest method, first to find acute angle alpha is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x. How to get that one? Draw a perpendicular to x axis, PM. Here M is the foot of the perpendicular on x axis from P. This length OM is equal to x, PM is equal to y. In this triangle, if I take a tan theta that is equal to opposite by adjacent side. Theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. Here I am taking modulus of y by x. Always it gives the acute angle in between 0 to pi by 2. After getting that one, now argument of a complex number. Here this is the main important. Argument of a complex number is not unique. Here what I have taken, theta is the argument of the complex number. If it makes one revolution, that one we say 2 pi plus theta. For every completed revolution it makes 360 degrees only. 360 means 2 pi radians. And if it makes one more revolution, 4 pi plus theta. For every revolution it comes to the same position. So 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta, so on. That one we say 2n pi plus theta, where n belongs to z. All these are argument of a complex number only. Argument of a complex number is not unique. If theta is the argument of a complex number, 2n pi plus theta, n belongs to z, are also arguments of a complex number. If I want principal value of the argument of a complex number, Here two different types are there. Argument of a complex number that is not unique. If theta is the angle made by OP with the positive direction of xx, then 2n pi plus theta, n belongs to z, are the arguments of a complex number only. So many are there, infinite are there. If I want a principal value of the argument of a complex number, principal value of the argument of a complex number, then that is unique only. Principal value of the complex number. This is unique only. Here, if theta satisfies the relation minus pi to pi, then theta is called principal value of the argument. Principal value of the argument of a complex number. Here theta lies in between minus pi to pi. Now here it depends upon the quadrant. In the first quadrant, here how to find the principal value of the argument, this is the procedure only. First we can find acute angle. Alpha is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x. Here theta is equal to alpha only in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, theta is equal to pi minus alpha. Everywhere alpha is a tan inverse modulus of y by x only. In the third quadrant, theta is equal to minus pi plus alpha. Here pi plus, we can't take pi plus. Why? Because less than pi only. Less than or equal to pi and more than pi only. So here from in the third and fourth you can come to clockwise direction. Here minus pi plus alpha. Here theta is equal to minus alpha. In the fourth quadrant, these are the principal values of the arguments. Now here argument of a complex number, here we can discuss only principal value of the argument of a complex number. Here general value of the argument of a complex number, in the De Moivre's theorem we can discuss that one. In the argument, to find the argument of a, otherwise to write the polar form or to find the argument of a complex number everywhere, the principal value of the argument of a complex number only. To find the nth roots of any number, then only we can use the general value of the argument of a complex number. Now, what is the procedure here? First to find acute angle alpha. Next, it depends upon the quadrant, we can take the principal value of the argument. In the second quadrant, pi minus alpha. In the third quadrant, minus pi plus alpha. In the fourth quadrant, theta is equal to minus alpha. Now here we can discuss in every quadrant how to 4 problems we can discuss. After that some problems related to that one. Now here only we can write polar form also. How to write the polar form? If I take any complex number px comma y and draw the perpendicular to x-axis, this is length x, this is length y, this is the argument of the complex number. Principal value of the argument of the complex number only. This is r, where r is equal to, that is modulus of z. Here z is equal to x plus iy. Now in this triangle, if I take a cos theta, that is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, that implies x equals to r cos theta. And if I take sin theta is equal to y by r, that implies y is equal to r sin theta. Now these two values, if I substitute in that given complex number, x is r cos theta plus r sin theta. Here r into cos theta plus I sin theta. This one we say polar form of the complex number. This is the polar form of the complex number. Polar coordinates r cos theta, r sin theta. These two are the polar coordinates, and this is the polar form. This one we say Cartesian form. Cartesian form. Now Here cos theta plus I sin theta, this one we say Euler's notation, Euler form, e power I theta. So if any complex number is given, we can convert into polar form or Euler form also. Now here three properties I am going to say. What are the three properties? First one, argument of Z1 into Z2, that is equal to argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. How to get that one? Here Z1 I am taking, Z1 is equal to Euler forms you can take, R1 into e power I theta 1 I am taking, and Z2 is equal to R2 into e power I theta 2 I am taking. Now what about Z1 into Z2? Z1 into Z2, that is equal to R1 into R2 e power, base are same, you can add the powers, I of theta 1 plus theta 2. So what is the argument of, this is a Z1 into Z2. Here also we got one complex number. What is the argument of the complex number Z1 into Z2? That is theta 1 plus theta 2. Here argument of Z1 into Z2, that is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. Here theta 1, that is the argument of Z1 plus theta 2, that is the argument of Z2. So argument of Z1 into Z2 is equal to argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. Now next is second property. Argument of Z1 by Z2, that is equal to argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2. Here also we can take Z1 by Z2. Z1 is R1 into e power I theta 1. If I take the argument of Z1 is theta 1 and modulus R1. Z2 I am taking R2 into e power I theta 2. That is equal to R1 by R2 e power I of theta 1 minus theta 2. So theta 1 minus theta 2, that is the argument of Z1 by Z2. So argument of Z1 by Z2, that is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2, where theta 1, that is the argument of Z1 minus theta 2, that is the argument of Z2. Next, third one, argument of Z bar, that is equal to minus argument of Z. Argument of Z bar, that is equal to minus argument of Z, or argument of 1 by Z also we can write. Argument of Z bar or argument of 1 by Z, we can write minus argument of Z. Next, last property here. Argument of Z power n, that is equal to n into argument of Z, we can write. Argument of Z power n, that is equal to n into argument of Z. So we can discuss all these properties while solving the problems. Now, Z is equal to 1 plus I root 3. That is one of the complex number is given. How to write down the argument of the complex number and how to express in the polar form. Here, quadrant wise, 4 problems we can discuss. After that, we can discuss some different model questions also. Now, first we can find modulus of Z. R equals to modulus of Z, that is equals to root of real part whole square plus imaginary part whole square, root 3 whole square, that is a 3 only, that is equals to 2. This is the modulus of Z. Next, we can find here what are the coordinates of that one? 1 comma root 3, both are positive, so this one belongs to first quadrant. In the first quadrant, what about the argument of the complex number? Theta is equal to alpha. Here alpha, what about alpha? That is the tan inverse modulus of y by x. Either it is positive or negative, we can consider positive value. That is equal to tan inverse y by x root 3 by 1, that is root 3. tan inverse root 3, that is pi by 3. So here alpha is equal to, we got pi by 3. Here argument theta is equal to alpha only. Therefore theta is equal to pi by 3. Argument we got. Here argument means we are discussing it to express in the polar form. Here we have to discuss about the principal value of the argument only. Now z is equal to r into polar form of the complex number, r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Here what about r? That is the modulus of z. That is how much we got? Pi by 3. Sorry, modulus of z, that is 2. 2 into cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. This is the polar form. If I want to write Euler form, 2 into cos theta plus I sin theta, we can write e power I theta. Theta is pi by 3. Next, this is a plus to plus. Next I am taking second one. Plus minus plus I am taking. How to find argument and how to write down the polar form of the complex number. Z is equal to minus 1 plus I root 3. So what are the coordinates here? X coordinate minus 1, y coordinate imaginary part, that is root 3. This one belongs to second quadrant. Here r is equal to modulus of z, that is equal to root of a square plus b square, minus 1 whole square we can get plus 1 only, and root 3 whole square, that is 3, 1 plus 3, 4, square root of 4, 2. And here first we can find alpha, acute angle, tan inverse modulus of y by x, root 3 by minus 1. Either it is positive or negative, we can consider only positive value. Tan inverse root 3, again that is pi by 3. Tan inverse root 3, that is pi by 3. Alpha value we got, that is equal to pi by 3. Now what about the argument of the complex number in the second quadrant? In the second quadrant, theta is equal to pi minus alpha. In the first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha. Minus or plus, that point belongs to second quadrant. Here argument, that is equal to theta is equal to pi minus alpha. Pi minus pi by 3. That is equal to 2 pi by 3. This is the principal value of the argument of the complex number. Now how to write the polar form? Z is equal to cos theta r into cos theta plus I sin theta. R modulus of z, that is 2 into cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. This is the polar form of the given complex number. Next, here I am changing. Third problem, minus root 3 minus I n theta. Minus root 3 minus I. Now what are the coordinates of the point? X coordinate minus root 3, y coordinate minus 1. Minus root 3 minus 1. That one belongs to third quadrant. In the third quadrant, how to take the argument of the complex number? R is equal to modulus of z, that is equal to root a square plus b square, or real part whole square, minus root 3 whole square, that is 3, plus minus 1 whole square, that is 1. 3 plus 1 4, square root of 4, that is 2 only. Now first we can find acute angle. Alpha is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x, that is equal to tan inverse y by x minus 1 by minus root 3, that is equal to tan inverse, either it is positive or negative, we can consider only positive value, that is equal to pi by 6. Tan 30 1 by root 3 we can get. So here alpha is equal to, we got pi by 6. Now that point belongs to third quadrant. In the third quadrant, what about the argument? Minus pi plus alpha. So theta is equal to, here we can write minus pi plus alpha is pi by 6. That is minus 6 plus 1 minus pi by 6. That angle should be lies in between minus 180 to plus 180. Theta is equals to minus 5 pi by 6. Next, one more I am taking plus to minus. Here also same one. Fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, what about the argument that is equals to minus alpha? Here r equals to modulus of z, same thing we are getting, and this is plus 2, that is minus. Either it is positive or negative, we can consider positive value, pi by 6. So here argument is equal to theta is equal to minus alpha minus pi by 6. Minus pi by 6. Theta is equal to. Now, how to write the polar form? Z is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, r value 2 into cos of minus pi by 6 plus I sin minus pi by 6. This is also correct. Or 2 into cos of minus theta, that is cos theta only. Sin of minus theta minus sin theta, minus I sin of pi by 6. In the Euler form, 2 into e power, here what is the argument of this one? Minus pi by 6, e power I theta, theta value minus pi by 6. 2 into e power minus I pi by 6, that is the Euler form of the complex number. Next, axis wise. Here quadrant wise completed. Now axis wise we discuss. For example, what is z is equal to, if I give 20, 21. Z is equal to 20, 21. What is the argument of that complex number? Here a real part 20, 21, comma imaginary part 0. That point lies on positive direction of x-axis. If any point lies on the positive direction of x-axis, its argument is equal to argument of z, that is equal to 0. That terminal side coincides with the initial side. Here the x-axis, ox we are taking initial axis. Now, if any point lies on positive direction of y-axis, for example, z is equal to 3i is given. Where is the 3i? Here real part, that is 0, imaginary part 3. 0, comma 3. Where is that point lies on positive direction of y-axis? If any point on the lies on the positive direction of y-axis, its argument is equal to argument of z, that is equal to pi by 2 we can consider. And one more, z is equal to minus 20, 30. Only real part is there. Here imaginary part is 0 only. Minus 2013, comma 0. That point lies on negative direction of x-axis. If any point lies on the positive direction of x-axis, its argument is 0. If any point lies on the positive direction of y-axis, its argument pi by 2. If any point lies on the negative direction of x-axis, its argument that is equal to pi. And if any point lies on the negative direction of y-axis, here we can write argument of z, that is equal to pi. And if any point lies on the negative direction of y-axis, here minus I am taking, or minus pi I can take, 0 comma minus pi. That point lies on the negative direction of y-axis. Then its argument is equal to minus pi by 2. Quadrant wise completed and axis wise also completed. And for example, if I give z is equal to 0, 0 we can write 0 plus 0i. The argument of origin not defined. The argument of origin, that is not defined. Other than that origin, we can find any argument of any point in the coordinate plane. Now we can discuss some different model questions. Here Z1 comma Z2 are two complex numbers. such that modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is equals to modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2. Then argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2 we want. So this type of problems we better to take Z1 is equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. Polar form you can take. Otherwise here I am taking cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1. Whatever the modulus of this one, root of a real part whole square plus imaginary part whole square, root of cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1, that is 1 only. So here I am writing, no need to write anything. Its modulus already that is 1. And one more complex number Z2 is equal to I am taking, its argument I am taking theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Now modulus of Z1 plus Z2. How to add these two? By adding the real parts, cos theta 1 plus cos theta 2 plus, how to add the imaginary, by adding the imaginary parts, I taking common, sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. This is Z1 plus Z2. This is one of the complex number only. How to find the modulus? Modulus of Z1 plus Z2, that is equal to square root of real part whole square cos theta 1 plus cos theta 2, that is the real part whole square, plus sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 whole square, imaginary part whole square. Expand this one. By expanding this one, here cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1, we can write 1, that is the identity only. And cos square theta 2 plus sin square theta 2, here we can write 1 plus a square plus b square plus 2ab, 2 into cos theta 1 into cos theta 2 plus, here also 2ab. So we can take 2 as common from these two terms. Sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. That is the modulus of Z1 plus Z2. That is equal to under square root of 1 plus 1, that is 2, plus 2 into cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, that is nothing but cos of A minus B, theta 1 minus theta 2. And again from these two terms, if I take 2 as common, 1 plus cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Keep aside that one. Now, what about modulus of Z1? Modulus of Z1, that is 1. Modulus of Z2 also 1 only. Root of modulus of Z1, if I want, modulus of Z1, that is equal to root of cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1, that is 1, square root of 1, that is equal to 1 only. Here also modulus of Z2, that is root of real part whole square plus imaginary part of whole square, that is equal to 1. Now, what is the given question here? Condition modulus of Z1 plus Z2. Modulus of Z1 plus Z2, here I got this one. Square root of 2 into 1 plus cos of theta 1 minus theta 2 I got. That is equal to modulus of Z1, that is 1 plus 1, 2. Now, how to remove that one? Square root by taking the squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides, this is 2 into 1 plus cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is equal to, here this side 2 is there, 2 square, that is a 4. Here 2 in 4, 2 times. That implies, here how much we got here? Cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is equal to 2 minus 1, that is 1. Cos theta is equal to 1. Then theta 1 minus theta 2 should be equal to 0 degrees. Cos 0 degrees, that is equal to 1. So here theta 1 minus theta 2 is equal to 0 degrees. Theta 1, that is the argument of Z1, minus theta 2, that is the argument of Z2, that is equal to 0. Here in this condition, these are important models. modulus of z1 plus z2 is equals to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. There we can write argument of z1 minus argument of z2 is equals to 0. Generally we can take z1 is equals to cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 and z2 is equals to cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Next one more. If z1 comma z2 are two non-zero complex numbers such that modulus of z1 plus z2 is equals to modulus of z1 minus z2, then what is the value of the argument of z1 by z2? Here also the same procedure, same way I am going to solve this one. Here also I am taking z1 is equals to cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 comma z2 is equals to cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Then what about z1 plus z2? That is equals to cos theta 1 plus cos theta 2 plus I of sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Now its modulus, already we know done in the previous problem also, that is equals to square root of this one whole square plus that one whole square, real part whole square plus imaginary part whole square, that is equals to under square root of, by expanding this one, here cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1 we can write 1, here a plus b whole square expand, here also a plus b whole square expand that one, here cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1 1 and cos square theta 2 plus sin square theta 2 1 plus 2ab 2 into cos theta 1 into cos theta 2. Here also plus 2ab. From these two terms we can take a 2 as common plus sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. That is nothing but that is equals to square root of 2 plus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. That is modulus of z1 plus z2. In the same way, modulus of z1 minus z2, that is equals to, first you can find z1 minus z2. This is z1, that is z2. How to write down z1 minus z2? Cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2 plus I of sin theta 1 minus sin theta 2. Now you can find modulus of z1 minus z2 under square root of this one whole square cos theta 1 minus real part whole square plus imaginary part whole square, that is equal to under square root of, by expanding cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1 we can write 1 plus cos square theta 2 plus sin square theta 2, that is also 1. Here minus 2ab minus 2 into cos theta 1 into cos theta 2. Here also minus 2ab. From these two terms you can take minus 2 as common. Here plus sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. That is equal to under square root of 2 minus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Here modulus of z1 plus z2 I got a square root of 2 plus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Modulus of z1 minus z2 we got under square root of 2 minus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Now here what is the given question here? I am equating these two. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is equal to modulus of z1 minus z2. I am equating these two. Now, so modulus of z1 plus z2 we got square root of 2 plus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. That is equals, here we got modulus of z1 minus z2, that is equals to under square root of 2 minus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Now that one we can simplify. Squaring on both sides, 2 plus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is equal to 2 minus 2 into cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. Here 2 gets cancelled. Next we can transpose this side. Here also we can cancel 2. If I transpose this side, cos of theta 1 minus theta 2 plus cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is 2 cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is equal to 0. Cos of theta 1 minus theta 2, that is equal to 0. Cos of theta 0 means either positive y-axis or negative y-axis. Odd multiples of pi by 2 cos value 0. For odd multiples of pi by 2 cos value 0. So here cos theta 0 means theta belongs to either positive y-axis or negative y-axis. So here theta 1 minus theta 2 is either plus pi by 2, positive y-axis means pi by 2, or negative y-axis means minus pi by 2. Here theta 1 minus theta 2, what is the theta 1? That is argument of z1 minus argument of z2, that is equal to either pi by 2 or minus pi by 2, depends upon the options. Whatever they give, we can choose the option. Next here, how to find the argument of z? Here z is equal to root 3 plus I whole power 17 by 1 minus I whole power 50. Principal, everywhere we are going to find the principal value of the argument also. Now argument of z, that is equal to argument of, what about z here? Root 3 plus I whole power 17 by 1 minus I whole power 50. Here two complex numbers are there. Here I told you properties also. Argument of z1 by z2 we can write argument of z1. Argument of root 3 plus I whole power 17 minus argument of z1 by z2 we can write argument of z1 minus argument of z2, that is 1 minus I whole power 50. And one more property also I told you, argument of z power n, that is equal to n into argument of root 3 plus I minus argument of z power n, n into argument of 1 minus I, that is equal to 17 into, here both the real part and imaginary part both are positive. So first quadrant theta is equal to alpha, where alpha is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x. So tan inverse 1 by root 3 we can write 5 by 6 minus 50 into, here plus 2 minus belongs to, that point belongs to fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, what about the argument? That is equal to theta is equal to minus alpha, theta is equal to minus, what is alpha? Tan inverse modulus of y by x. Here in the fourth quadrant theta is equal to minus alpha, and here minus, what about alpha? That is the tan inverse modulus of y by x. Minus 1 is there. Either it is positive or negative, we can consider only positive value. Starting I told you in the beginning of the class. Minus tan inverse 1, that is a pi by 4. So argument of this one, that is a pi by 4. So here 17 pi by 6 minus, here we can add 25 pi by 2 also we can write it by cancelling with the 2. 2 is the common factor. Now take the LCM, that is 6 only. 17 pi minus 25 pi, that is equals to, how much we are getting here? Here 17 into argument of this one pi by 6 minus 50 into argument of 1 minus I, here we got minus pi by 4, that is equals to 17 pi by 6 plus 25 by 2. If I take the LCM, 17 pi plus 75 pi, 3 times 3 25s are 70. So how much we are getting here? 17 plus 75, 92. 92 pi by 6. Otherwise the 2 3s are 2 4s are 2 6s are, that is equal to 46 pi by 3. This is the argument of the complex number, but not the principal value of the argument of a complex number. 46 pi by 3, that is more than pi. Here principal value of the argument means that one should be lies in between minus pi to pi. This is more than pi. So this is not the principal value of the argument of a complex number. See, general value of the argument of a complex number we can write in the form of 2n pi plus alpha only. 2n pi plus theta, where n belongs to z. 2n pi plus theta, that is the principal value of the argument of complex number. Here 2n pi plus theta is equal to 46 pi by 3 is given. So how to express 46 pi by 3 in the form of 2n pi plus theta? That is equal to 16 pi minus 2 pi by 3. Say 16 3s are 48 minus 2, that is 46 only. So that is equal to 16 pi plus minus 2 pi by 3. If I express in that form 2n pi plus alpha, 2n pi plus alpha, here alpha is equal to minus 2 pi by 3. Here minus 2 pi by 3 belongs to minus pi to pi. So this is the principal value of the argument of a complex number. This is only argument of the complex number. To get the principal value of the argument of a complex number, we have to write in that form 2n pi plus alpha. Then alpha is said to be, if alpha lies in between minus pi to pi, then only alpha is angle is said to be principal value of the argument. Next, argument of 1 plus I whole power 5 into 1 plus root 3 I whole power 2 upon minus 2i into minus root 3 plus I. Here no need to convert in the simplest form. No need to express in the form of a plus ib. That one it takes more time also. But here properties are there. Argument of z1 into z2 we can write argument of z1 plus argument of z2, and argument of z1 by z2 we can write argument of z1 minus argument of z2. So here how to expand this one? Argument of 1 plus I whole power 5 plus argument of 1 plus root 3i whole power 2. These are in denominator, minus argument of minus 2i minus argument of minus root 3 plus I. Now one more property also there, argument of z power n we can write n into 5 into argument of 1 plus I plus 2 into argument of 1 plus root 3i minus, here minus 2i, what is the point? That one 0 comma minus 2, that one lies on negative direction of y-axis. In the negative direction of y-axis, what about the argument? Minus pi by 2 minus, here what about minus comma plus, minus to plus, that one belongs to second quadrant. In the second quadrant, pi minus alpha, what is alpha here? Tan inverse modulus of y by x. Now here 5 into, here both the coordinates are positive, real part is positive, imaginary part also positive. So theta is equal to alpha, where alpha is equal to tan inverse y by x plus 2 into, here also tan inverse y by x plus pi by 2 minus pi minus, here either positive or negative we can consider the positive value only. Tan inverse 1 by root 3, that is pi by 6. Now 5 into pi by 4 plus 2 into pi by 6 plus pi by 2 minus pi plus pi by 6. Here we got this one after simplification. Here after total by adding all this we can get 19 pi by 12. We can get 19 pi by 12. This is only argument of a complex number. Here 19 is more than 12. So here that is more than pi only. That is the argument of a complex number. That is not a principal value of the argument of a complex number. To get, so that is in the form of 2n pi plus alpha only. 2n pi plus alpha. How to write in that form? Here this one. 2 pi minus 5 pi by 12. 24 minus 5, that is 19 only. That one, that is equal to 2 pi plus minus 5 pi by 12. Now here you can see 2n pi plus alpha, where alpha that is the principal value of the argument, minus 5 pi by 12. That one lies in between minus pi to pi. So this is the principal value of the argument. This is the general value of the argument of a complex number. Whenever they ask principal value of the argument, and whenever if you get more than pi, that one you can write in the form 2n pi plus alpha. Here argument and amplitude both are same. Argument or amplitude both are same. Here amplitude of, or you can write the argument of this one. Argument of z1 by z2 we can write argument of z1, that is minus 1 plus I plus minus argument of, here this is written, this is real part sine of 2 pi by 5 plus I of 1 minus cos 2 pi by 5. Argument of z1 by z2 we can write argument of z1 minus here argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Now this one belongs to second quadrant. In the second quadrant, pi minus tan inverse modulus of y by x. Either it is positive or negative, we can consider positive value. Minus. Now here you can see this is always positive. The maximum minimum values of cos theta minus 1 to 1. So 1 minus, that is positive. Here 2 pi by 5, this is also positive. So belongs to first quadrant. What about the argument, that one? Tan inverse modulus of y by x. 1 minus cos 2 pi by 5 by sin 2 pi by 5. Modulus of theta is equal to alpha. In the first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha. Here theta is equal to pi minus alpha only. Pi minus tan inverse 1. Here either positive or negative we can consider. Here pi minus tan inverse 1, that is pi by 4, minus tan inverse 1 minus cos theta, we can write as 2 sin square theta by 2. 2 sin square theta by 2, 2 pi by 5 upon 2, 2 gets cancelled, pi by 5 upon sin 2 theta, we can write as 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. 2 pi by 5 upon 2, 2 gets cancelled. Here 2 gets cancelled, sin square gets cancelled. This is 3 pi by 4 minus tan inverse of, this is the tan pi by 5. That is equal to 3 pi by 4 minus tan inverse of tan theta, we can write directly theta, if theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So here what is the LCM of these two? 20. 15 pi minus 4 pi, that is equal to 11 pi by 20. 11 pi by 20, that is a lies in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Sorry, minus pi to pi. Next, argument of sin 6 pi by 5 plus I bracket 1 plus cos 6 pi by 5. Here the maximum minimum value of cos theta minus 1 to 1. Here 1 comma minus 1, there is no chance. In between minus 1 to 1. So this is always positive. 6 pi by 5, that is pi plus pi by 5, more than 180. More than 180 means the third quadrant. In the third quadrant sign is a negative. So here minus plus means minus plus belongs to second quadrant. Minus plus, real part is negative, imaginary part is positive. So that one belongs to second quadrant. In the second quadrant, what about the argument? Pi minus tan inverse modulus of y by x. That is equal to pi minus tan inverse 1 plus cos theta, we can write 2 cos square theta by 2. That is 3 pi by 5. Sin theta, we can write 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Now pi minus tan inverse 2 gets cancelled, cos square gets cancelled. Here what we are getting, cos by sin, that is cot of 3 pi by 5. That is equal to pi minus tan inverse cot theta, we can write tan 90 minus theta 3 pi by 5. Now here we can check that value. Pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 5, LCM 10, pi minus 6 pi, that is equal to minus pi by 10. You know how much we are getting here? That one lies in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So tan inverse of tan theta, we can write directly theta. What about theta here? Pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 5. Why? Because this one lies in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So tan inverse of tan theta, we can write directly theta. That is equal to pi minus pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 5. This is pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 5. LCM 10, 5 pi plus 2 3 is 6. That is equal to 11 pi by 10. Now here we got 11 pi by 10. What about 11 pi by 10? That is more than. Now this is the argument of a complex number only. That is not a principal value of the argument. Why? Because 11 pi by 10, that is more than pi. That is not lies in between minus pi to pi. So that is in the form of 2n pi plus theta only. How to write that one? 11 pi by 10 2 pi minus 9 pi by 10. 20 minus 9, that is 11 only. So 2 pi plus minus 9 pi by 10 we can write. So what about the principal value of the argument of a complex number? Minus 9 pi by 10. Here, if argument of Z1 equals to 170 degrees, argument of Z2 is equals to 70 degrees, then the principal argument of Z1 into Z2. Argument of Z1 into Z2, that is equals to argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. That is equals to argument of Z1, that is given 170. Here this, and argument of Z2, that is 70. That is equals to 240 degrees. That is 4 pi by 3. That is the argument of the complex number. That is not a principal value of the argument. So here what they are asking, principal value of the argument of the complex number. So that is in the form of 2n pi plus theta only. So this one we can write 2 pi minus 2 pi by 3. 6 minus 2, 4. So that is equal to 2 pi plus minus 2 pi by 3. So minus 2 pi by 3 lies in between minus 180 to 180. So principal value of the argument of that complex number, that is minus 2 pi by 3. Here, if Z1 comma Z2 and Z3 comma Z4 are two pairs of conjugate complex numbers, then the value of argument of Z1 by Z4 plus argument of Z2 by Z3 is equal to, here this one we can write argument of Z1 minus argument of Z4 plus argument of Z2 minus argument of Z3 we can write. Here Z1, Z2 are two pairs of conjugate this is the pair of conjugate complex numbers only. This is one pair, that is another pair. And in the previous properties I told you, argument of Z bar, that is equals to minus argument of Z. Argument of Z bar, that is equals to minus argument of Z. Here Z2, that is the conjugate of Z1, that only given. Z2, that is the argument of Z1. So here we can write argument of Z2, that is equals to minus argument of Z1. And Z3, that is the conjugate of Z4. So argument of Z4, that is equals to minus argument of Z3. Now we can substitute that values here. Argument of Z1 minus argument of Z4 plus argument of Z2, that is equals to minus argument of Z1 minus argument of Z1 minus argument of Z3, that is minus argument of Z4 minus argument of Z4. Here these two gets cancelled, here minus, this is plus, these two gets cancelled, overall 0. Here argument of Z plus 1 is equals to pi by 6 and argument of Z minus 1 equals to 2 pi by 3. Then write down the complex number. Here I am taking Z is equals to x plus iy I am taking. Now here I have to find the x and y values. Here Z plus 1 that is equals to 1 plus x or x plus 1 plus iy. Now what is the argument of Z plus 1? Argument of Z plus 1, that is equal to tan inverse y by x plus 1. Now next here Z minus 1, that is equal to x minus 1 plus iy only. Here argument of Z minus 1, that is equal to tan inverse y by x minus 1. Now what they given here? Argument of Z plus 1, that is equal to pi by 6. So tan inverse y by x plus 1, that is equal to pi by 6. If I take a tan on both sides, tan of tan inverse, here we can write y by x plus 1, tan pi by 6, that is 1 by root 3. Tan 30 degrees 1 by root 3. And here also what they given argument of this one, 2 pi by 3, that is equal to tan inverse y by x minus 1. Now here also I am taking tan on both sides. Tan 120 degrees, tan 120, tan 2 pi by 3, that is equal to tan of tan inverse y by x minus 1. So here y by x minus 1, that is equal to tan 90 plus 30, that is minus cot 30 minus cot 30 value, that is root 3. Here y is equal to, I got y is equal to 1 by root 3 into x plus 1. Here y is equal to minus root 3 into x minus 1. By solving these two equations, we can get x and y values. Here equating these two, 1 by root 3 into x plus 1, that is equal to minus root 3 into x minus 1. X plus 1, that is equal to, if I transpose that side, minus 3 into x minus 1. Here 4x, that is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. X equals to 1 by 2 we got. If x equals to 1 by 2, if I substitute in this, we can get y value. y is equals to 1 by root 3, x equals to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. That is root 3 by 2. 3 by root 3, that is root 3 by 2. So what about the complex number? Z is equals to x plus 1 by 2 plus y value root 3 by 2. This is the complex number. Thank you.